Eric, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's start off with a bang. Colorado, Coach Prime. As soon as you put that stuff in the algorithm, you get a whole bunch of activity. Let me tell you. But this is a good discussion to start off with. Colorado made the decision a couple weeks ago to retire quarterback Shedeur Sanders, number 2, and Travis Hunter, their do-it-all Heisman Trophy winner, wide receiver, cornerback, all-star player, definitely a first-round pick. It sounds like he's going to Cleveland. Everyone's saying it's pretty much a lock at 2, but we know how these things go. But Colorado made the decision to retire Travis Hunter's 12 and Shedeur Sanders 2 at their spring game just this past weekend. Now, when the announcement was made, there was a lot of backlash. And now, honestly, for me, the only backlash that really even had some weight to it for me was from the alums. There was a lot of alums that were kind of pissy and in their feelings about it, really questioning whether or not it was too soon, whether there were some other players who had number 2 that were all-star players that actually won the national championship for that university. So there was a lot of discussions. So that's the reason why I want to bring it to the pod, because I know we're both going to give our honest opinions of the situations. Even if we're fans of Coach Prime, if we're not if we're not fans of Coach Prime, we're going to give it up and be honest about it. So, Eric, I want to ask you, man, what are your thoughts when that news came out? What were your initial thoughts?
So, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, if we're going to be completely honest with you. I believe Travis Hunter 100% should have his number retired at Colorado. Two-way player, was on the field almost all the plays for the last 2 years. Yeah, insane. Heisman Trophy winner.
Right.
He's damn near everything that you would want out of a football player and then some.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, I don't think we should have retired Shedeur's number.
Okay.
My man's won 1 conference game in 2 years.
Really? Was it only 1?
Yeah. Only won 1 Big Ten game in
Big 12.
Big 12, not Big Ten. Yeah, from my understanding, I haven't checked the stats yet, but apparently he only won 1 big conference game.
Did they beat Arizona this year?
I don't think they did.
Really? I thought they did. I thought they beat Arizona, and I thought they beat Baylor. I'm not going to say that he tore up Big 12 record-wise, but I thought it was more than 1. Because that's tough. Like, I can see last year them maybe winning 1 Big 12, or they were in the Pac-12 last year. Maybe only 1 Pac-12 game.
Maybe that's what it was. I knew it was something like that.
Okay.
But I just, let's call a spade a spade. He was kind of mid. He was kind of mid.
That's fair.
No disrespect to Shedeur. I think the kid's got a lot of talent. Yeah. I think the kid's going to end up being really good in the NFL, depending on where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
But with the weapons around him and that offensive line that was absolutely cobbled together by the transfer portal, Mans was on his back more than he was throwing the football. So, I can't understand why he would be, one of the ones that would get retired, especially when you have, Rashawn Salam's number. His still isn't retired, and he's a Heisman Trophy winning
he's not retired?
No. Unless they've done it recently, his number was not retired the last time I checked.
See, I didn't check back to see which Colorado players were retired. Like, the only one that I
number 19 got retired in 2017.
All right, cool.
So
that was a while. That
20 years after he had already left.
yeah, yeah.
Um, it's crazy to me that we did that. I mean, is it too soon for both? More than likely. I will say it's more than likely too soon for Travis, even though Travis was goated.
Right.
But, I just think it's crazy. Just imagine if Georgia retired numbers for everybody that was halfway decent. Y'all wouldn't have
Yeah.
any numbers left, especially on
Right.
defense.
Right. Nah, for sure. Although I could see them retiring Jordan Davis eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see them doing that
Y'all
because
need to
he's
retire 13.
no man. Shout out to my guy Stet. Nah, but I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent. I think without a doubt Travis Hunter should have his number retired. I think with them making the decision to retire his number so early kind of threw off a lot of people. It
Yeah,
definitely threw me off because we're all used to, like you said, a couple years down the line, you have a successful NFL career, you're an upstanding human being. Like it's a lot of factors that normally contribute to a school deciding no one else is to wear this number. It's not just about you winning right there in the moment, in the present. It's about a
exactly.
lot of that other stuff of you being that cultural figure within the university. And I have no doubt the type of person Travis Hunter has been and has shown himself to be. I have no doubt he's going to prove that 100% like he should absolutely be
Yeah.
retired. And I love the answer that Dion gave when they pressed him about it. He said, "What? I shouldn't answer for previous coaches and administrations deciding so late to retire someone like a Salam. You know what I'm saying? He won the
Hmm.
Heisman. He's one of the greatest college football running backs of all time. It should be no reason why his number was retired in 20 years.
Right.
So the same thing could be said about Travis. Now, when it comes to Shedeur, I'll be honest, I don't think that his number should have been retired. I get it. He was their quarterback. He broke multiple school records. Talented dude. And he's a coach's son. Like, I get all of that. I get all that. I While I don't fully agree with retiring Shador's number, I respect it. And that's one of those things where if your number's retired, you'll live forever in that school's history.
Absolutely.
So shout out to both of those guys. Shout out to Coach Prime for, standing and saying that's the reason why he did it, even though last week they did try to blame the athletic director. That's one thing I've noticed about Colorado and Dion. Like when Coach Prime does something or says something, they try to protect him like all the way. They're like, nah. That was this guy. He
Uh
said
huh.
that.
Yep.
When it came to that media member that was put in timeout, oh no, that wasn't Coach Prime's decision.
Mm-mm.
That was Rick George, that
Oh
sort of
yeah.
thing. I get it, but it's kind of like, you say something, you stand on it. You need to be standing on it. But shout out to him, and I really hope that we don't see one of these kids' numbers get retired so quickly because that's kind of weird to me.
Also, shout out to Shiloh. Nobody ever shouts out Shiloh.
Shut.
He's the
Yeah,
forgotten Sanders kid. It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
sad, man.
And everything that I see, I mean, obviously we're both actively on the internet where people will trash the Sanders kids, and they'll trash Shiloh. He's not that good. Da 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 da. And while that's true, he's not like a upper echelon player. He competes.
Yeah,
He competes. And it really did seem like that team really loved playing with him. And he
agreed.
did seem like a leader. So even though he made hothead decisions in games and stuff. So But
I think
you
he'll
know, you
make a
got
solid special teamer in the NFL, honestly.
absolutely. I think so. I don't think he gets drafted, but
No.
he's going to get the opportunity. He's going to
Yeah.
get the opportunity to play at the next level.
He's gonna go play with Shedeur.
They'll figure out a way.
Oh,
Trust me, they'll
absolutely.
figure out a way. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, look us up on socials at Suplex Dinner Club. And be sure to check out our other projects. We talk college football on Dogs versus All Y'all. That's a weekly college football podcast where we don't just talk about the Georgia Bulldogs, we talk about all things college football. The Life and Times Pod, which is short for the Life and Times of a Restaurant Lifer podcast, where I have some chill conversations with some cool and interesting people that I've met in my years in the hospitality industry. And of course, check out Talk 'em in the Building. That's a pro wrestling podcast where we solely focus on the promo. We talk about the talkers, we hype the hype man, and we pontificate on the promo. It's a fun project, and if you're a pro wrestling fan, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. If you're into TV and movie reviews, check out Four Corners Cinema with Ari and Adrian, a podcast where two lifelong pro wrestling fans review film and other forms of media that just so happen to have some of our favorite pro wrestlers. The Suplex Dinner Club family is growing, and I would love for you to be a part of it.